Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Lenny. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry. This is just a sort of chatty catch up thing and some friend mail that I've received. So I thought I'd just put it together in a little video. I'm saying little video, it's me, and I never show up, do I? Might not be little then. I shall try. Alright, so I'm going to start with this. I got this from Lexa. I told her I was interested in it. It was in one of her vlog videos, and bless her, she sent it me. My brother is called Billy. Billy usually watches my videos, so hi Billy. So I might have to send that to him. You know, looks a bit like him when he was little, see. I love him, really, honest, I do. Yeah, so that was from Lex, and then I got a message from Jilly, who is Jilly Button. I've forgotten the full name. I still haven't opened this, and I got this the other day, but I knew what it was because she'd messaged us and showed us, and then I thought I was going to do this video, you see. So I thought I'll put it all together and do it like that. Right. But she spotted this book. So, British Birds, the Everyday Guide to British Birds, which is cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. That is really cool. Thank you. It's got my name on and birds. Oh, and look at the little, what are they called? Why do I just suddenly lose the ability to have a brain? Paperclip. The paperclip. It's a little robin. That's really cool. But yeah. Oh, and there's a card. Dear Lainey, here is the RSPB book. I hope you like it. I love the photos and the something size information and facts. Oh, is that bite size? Yes, it is, to my eyesight. Bite size information and facts. Stay safe and keep smiling. Lots of love, Jelly Bean. I knew you said Jelly Bean. Jelly Bee. But yes, thank you so much. That is lovely. It's absolutely packed with facts, so now I'll know more stuff to add to my stuff. You know what I mean. And then this morning, this arrived. I'm not going to show that because it's got an address on it, return address. And this is from Cassie. She said she was sending me something, so we shall find out what it is. Lainey, right? It's got my name on. Oh. What that is. And see birds' legs. Sounds a bit wrong, but yeah, see? And see birds' legs. There. So I'll unwrap it and unwrap it and okay. It says, Lainey, this is for you to keep with you when you doubt yourself. Look at it and know what you are capable of. Love, Cassie. Oh, that's lovely. Let's see. It's like seagull. Is it seagulls? Like gulls and birds and stuff on the wrapping paper, like tissue paper. Oh, there's a puffin. Oh, I've seen one of these before, but I've forgotten what they're called. The name's gone out my brain. I just know I've seen it down the river. Right. So I'm going. No, doing the very best job at unwrapping this, am I? Right. Ah, I love it. Ah, Cassie. Look, it's Suta Lighthouse. Oh, wrong way around. It could actually be Suta or Roca Lighthouse as well, because they're both red and white, but Suta's more prominent. Oh, that's fab. I wish this would focus better. Is that focusing better? Not really. Oh, that is lovely. I will put that on my keys, because I always have my keys with me, and so that will go on my keys. No, it does not want to focus, and it does not want to turn. Thank you, Cassie. I love this. That's fantastic. Very cool. God, people are so kind. Also, thank you to Joan, who has bought some more of my cards. I received them today, and I will get them sent out to you. Yeah, so thank you to everyone. The other thing I have to show, so I'll not do every single one, but if you remember that I got this from the lovely Ashley at Paper and Twine, and it was to keep my photos of the week in. Speak, lady, speak. And she like made little slots to put each of them in. So I've got some little photographs done. So like this one and this one. And I love how these have come out. They've come out really well. And this one, that way, and this butterfly is that way, I think. Yes, it is. And this flower, and this flower, and which way is that? That way. That way, yes. That butterfly, and this bee, and yeah, I love how these have come out. They come out really well, and that butterfly as well. So what I can do now is I can slot them in like that into my my little my book, so I can slot that one in there like that. There you go. And so I'm going to finish filling this up and I shall move on. What else did I want to tell you about? Oh yeah, well, it's a bit of a sad story that I've got. Shall I do the sad story? Yeah. So, there's been a few wrens round here where I live. Wrens are little birds, and there's a family of them and the babies. And they've just, yesterday, they were just coming out of the nest and starting to fly on their own and stuff. And their parents were still about and whatnot. And I wasn't sure how many of them there were. I saw 3 different ones at one point, but I'm not sure if there was more than that or not. Anyway, one of them landed on me, which was amazing. And I tried to video, but I couldn't get the camera on before he flew off, but he landed on my stomach sort of area, and then he came up onto my arm, and then he flew up onto my head, and I was talking away to him and he was there for a good probably about a minute altogether, and I was at the same time as trying to talk to him, I was trying to turn my camera around without to move my other arm across to press record, and I managed to press record as he flew onto my head and flew off. And he flew into the wall, and I think the footage I've got starts from him being at the bottom of the wall, and he ran across the path into the grass, and then there's a tiny bit of them in the grass, and like my neighbour's cats were about, and I was hanging around in the hope that I could save them from the cats, but unfortunately I didn't. He flew back to the bush where he flew from onto me, but he didn't make it into the bush and crash landed on the floor beside, and the neighbour's cat grabbed him. I was really gutted. I was like, no, and then there's like footage of me swearing a bit at the cat, kind of, and stuff. And I know it's circle of life, and I know the cat's, you know, doing only what is instinct. But I was trying to hope that I could save him, because I knew, you know, the cat didn't need him for food. I know my neighbour, you know, feeds him well and truly, but he brings her presents. You know, she says, "Oh, I hate it when they do this," because I spoke to her after, and she came out, and of course he'd left it as a present for her. And as we were talking, he got another one of them, and I was like, no. But unfortunate, and I know that's why they have so many, but it's a really harsh reality of nature that, you know, I know it happens, but you like, I just didn't want it to, and because like I'd had that sort of interaction, you know what I mean, I was like, yeah, so it sort of played on my mind a bit yesterday on like the way down to the park and that, because I was thinking, isn't it awful how easy like life can be extinguished? Is that the way you say it? Well, you know, like literally snap of the fingers and it's over. And I know that's why they have, you know, bigger broods and things like that, because of this reason, because like most of them don't survive, and that is the truth and the harsh reality of it. But yeah, I was really sad about it, and yeah, it happens. I noticed that I did see another one of the babies still last night. Like when I came back, I saw there was one, but he was in a tree, so I felt better that he was in the tree rather than like lower down. Hopefully, you know, the flying skills will come in quickly, and that one manages to survive, or any others that they had as well, that I didn't see. But yeah, it was really sad. Moving on from that, when I came back, oh, I tell you what, I'll put the footage. Shall I put the footage in? You can't actually see anything, you just hear me, so I wouldn't put that in obviously, but you can just hear me swearing at a cat, which doesn't sound very nice, does it? But I'll put the footage in, and then yeah, we can go from there. Can you see the baby run? He just landed on me. We had like a bit of a conversation, Miss Connie. Come on in. Where are you off? I have a whole load of cats around here, mate. You do not want to be... No! Hey! Oh, you little fucker! Damn. I know, it's sad, isn't it? He was a sweet little thing. Tiny they are. Absolutely tiny wrens. But they've got the biggest singing voices. If you... Like, when they're just... like singing away, they are so loud, considering it's like, you know, you'd think they'd have like lungs like an elephant from the way they sing, but yeah, so sweet. Bless him. And like I said, I hope the rest of them survive. So moving on from that, when I came back yesterday, got out of the wheelchair, and I was looking at my wheelchair wheel, and my son had said to me, there's not much tread on these tyres, and I've noticed that the wheels were spinning quite a bit. So I thought, no, yeah, you're probably right, you probably need to replace it, and I must ring up and everything. Anyway, so I was looking at the wheelchair and I thought, that doesn't look right. Anyway, I looks closer, and there's like a piece missing out of my wheelchair's wheel, like to the point that it's down to the underneath plastic or metal or whatever it is that is under the tyre itself, you know. So I was like, oh no, you know, like, and I thought to myself, I could hear something, you know, when I was like moving, and I actually I don't know where I thought it was, maybe a stone caught or something in the on the batteries or whatever. I don't know what I thought it was, to be honest, but I'd noticed something. So I rang them up, and she said to me, I'll insert the picture here of the wheel anyway. I've probably already done it, you know. So I rang them up, and she said to me, what was it again? Oh, she took the details of what needed to be done and said, oh, and I'm also due a service because it gets serviced every 6 months. She says my service was due next week, so she might as well just put it in for the same. So I was like, right. And she says the engineer will contact you. So I was like, okay. And I'm thinking, you know, pretty quick, like she'll pass the details on and then they'll ring us straight back. Anyway, so this was yesterday dinner time. So it's currently 3 o'clock on Thursday, and I hadn't heard anything by 2. So I've rang them because I thought, well, I can't knowingly go out in it when it's like that, because if I lost the whole tyre, you know, that would be, you know, a big issue, wouldn't it? And obviously using it is going to make that worse, and so I can't really go out in it. So I was like, don't want to have to stay in for days and days and not know when they're going to come or whatever. So I thought, well, I'll give them a time, and then I ring them. So like I said, I rang at 2, and she said, oh, it's usually 3 working days. And I'm like, well, that's Monday, and that means I'll have to stay in from like Wednesday to Monday. So, and I says, oh, well, I had plans to go out, and I was supposed to be meeting a friend on Saturday, etc, etc. So she says, oh, well, I'll ring the engineer and find out if they can come tomorrow. So anyway, the engineer said he will come tomorrow, thankfully, which means that it'll be 2 days in instead of 5. Yeah, so it'll be 2 days in instead of 5, which is better, of course. So yeah, thankfully, because you don't really realise, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously I just use it. I mean, maybe if I stopped wheel spinning and, you know, all the smoke, it might. I'm only kidding. I don't really wheel spin. It doesn't go fast enough for wheel spinning, sadly. But yeah, maybe you don't really realise. But then I've had the wheelchair for 3 years, and although I didn't really use it, I only started going in it sort of a year gone May, I think it was, and it's only been the last 2 years gone May, sorry. So 2 years gone May when I started using it, and it's only been the last 18 months when I've used it like more and more, do you know what I mean, like excessively type of thing. So yeah, I suppose it's going to wear eventually, isn't it? And like all things, you know, like whether it's a bike or a car or whatever, if it's on wheels, they'll need replacing. So yeah, so hopefully they won't have to. And then I've thought about that. What if they've got to order them? Surely they would have things like that in stock, wouldn't you think? Because if they've got to order them and I've got to wait for them to come. Oh, I never thought of that. Now I've just depressed myself a little bit. No, be positive. That's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. They're gonna have, yes, they are. I'm not going to think about that, just in case. Okay. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I was catching up with you with, really. I just wanted to show those things, and that was it, really. It's not much of a chatty catch up, is it, really? Everything's fine otherwise. Hello, it's editing Lainey here. So it's now the next day, so is it Friday? Yeah, so it's Friday. And the engineer has just been for my wheelchair, so I thought I'd update. Basically, she has to order the wheels. She's gonna replace all 4, and she said she has to order them, and I asked her how long, and she said anywhere between a few days and a few weeks. There's no way I can stay in. No way I can stay in for a few weeks. There's just no way. I would no. I'm only on day 2 and I'm already driven insane. She said, I asked her if I could use it. She looked it over and felt the tyres and that, and she said, just be careful when you do, kind of thing. I said, because I just no way I can sit. Then she was get have you got a manual? And I went, yeah, but no one can move it. It's pointless. Once I'm in it, plus I don't feel very safe in it. It feels like it's going to fall apart, which is never good. And no one can use it. So she just says, well, just be careful. And I just thought, well, I'll stay local. I'll not go into town. I'll not go anywhere too far. I think if I stay around the doors and maybe possibly Roker Park, which is 20 minutes, then that should be alright. I think hopefully it takes more of a couple of days rather than a couple of weeks. She says as soon as they come into the stock in their stores, then she'll get in touch with us to come out and to do them. She didn't do a service while she was here. She was meant to do a service as well, but she says it's pointless because obviously the wheels need doing, so I cannot, and it would need reservicing afterwards to check. So she says I might as well just wait. So she did. It's not due till next week exactly anyway, so makes any odds. So yeah, fingers crossed for a few days rather than a few weeks, and I'll have to keep an eye every day I use it to make sure it's not getting to the point that it's too bad to use. But I don't know, I can't really concentrate. And there's no I don't know, you would think these things would be quicker, but it's specialised, I suppose. However, when I think about it, she was like, don't let it get to this stage, and I was like, but I didn't even realise. I know that sounds stupid, of course it's wheels they're gonna wear, but I've never had a car, I've never driven, so I don't know, I just didn't think about it like that, if that makes sense. And it was funny because my son a couple of days ago, he said the tread's really bad on them, ma'am. Well, there isn't any. They were they're smooth, and it makes sense now because a couple of times it's a wheel span, when the floor's being wet. Now, if it's been raining and I've come in the house and then it's wheel span in here because of the tyres wetting the floor. So yeah, makes sense, I suppose. Anyway, hopefully it's done sooner rather than later. The other thing that happened today was this morning, Kara opened the back door to let the dog out and then when she went to go and shut the door, there was a baby wren in my kitchen, chirping away on the window. I was trying to get out the window, I think, because I could clearly see outside, but yeah, that obviously wasn't happening. So Jasper came in and he didn't notice it at first, thankfully. So I managed to lock her in my room, but she was too scared to pick it up or anything, even though it's just tiny. I mean, I'll insert a photo of it on the window. It's just tiny, and so I rang my son, who was in bed, so I rang him to get up. So he got up, but when he got up and it flew back out the back door, you could hear it chirping outside, thankfully, because I wasn't sure if Jasper would chase it or kill it. Like you know, he tends to you know, he catches flies. Well, at first, when he first started catching flies and stuff, he would spit them back out and then play back at them as if say, come on, let's do that again, you know. Obviously the flies no longer with us, type of thing. But yeah, it's funny, like, baby wrens have been all over. There must have been more in that family that I've seen with little Rennie, who didn't make it. There must have been more, so I don't know, or just, you know, more in the area altogether, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because this is now 6 minutes long and this is not what I intended to add into the edit here. So thank you very much. I'll let you continue on now. So yeah, thank you for watching, if you've stuck around and listened to this. And I shall catch you next time. Bye bye now.